This is completely.
This red sand ni lah, tanah ni.
Right. So what's going to happen to
Yeah.
that?
It's flood, banjir lah, hujan. If hujan,
Go straight into
go straight to the stream.
And
Yeah,
then
betul.
what's going to happen here? You know, this one is going to fall inside eventually. Nothing is controlling. They didn't put any cover. You know what? For put so much cover on there.
The canvas lah.
Here they just forget about it. Maybe the. In 2005, the state government declared that Selangor is a developed state. And there's two icons of the developed state. One is a new library in Shah Alam, the state library. And then the other one is a new protected area, the Selangor State Park. Until we thought, okay, so the NGOs thought, with the new state park, that this is great because the NGOs will have a chance to conserve the forest. The forest is going to be protected. Forests will be managed by a committee that includes the representative from civil society, like WWF, MNS, and the NGO trees will be involved. And it's really important that the NGOs are involved, because if the NGOs are involved, they're kind of a watchdog. You know, make sure that anything that happens inside the state park would not jeopardize the future of the park, meaning that the park will be protected and harmful activities will not be allowed inside the park. But what we are seeing now is that the committee has not been called to meet, and the NGOs have not been informed of what's going on inside the park. And the government has built a highway through the park, and now the government is building a railway through the park. Did they consult the public? Did they consult the NGOs? No. They simply approved these developments inside the park. And they say, oh, but the park area is not being changed because we are not going to take any area out of the area that has been gazetted as a park. Well, you know, that's not the issue. The issue is, are these activities endangering the wildlife? Are these activities damaging the park itself? That's the issue. 2005, the Selangor State Legislative Assembly passed a new law. It was called the Selangor State Park Corporation Enactment, and it was a law created especially so that this Selangor State Park can be given special protection. But until today, this so-called Selangor State Park has never been gazetted under this State Park enactment. Instead, the state government used the forestry enactment, which is a lot weaker because the forestry enactment doesn't give any special provision for how the state park is supposed to be managed and how NGOs and representatives of conservation societies can be brought in to assist the management of the area and make sure the area is being conserved properly. Malaysia as a whole, the Malaysian government says that we are committed to 50% forest cover, but Selangor is already less than 50%, and these kind of projects is reducing the forest cover even further. The federal government of Malaysia says this is committed to achieving what's known as net zero carbon by the earliest, the date that has been mentioned is 2050. So that's like less than 30 years to get net zero. What net zero means is that we will need to have a way in which any kind of emissions from cars or factories are offset by the trees pulling the carbon out of the atmosphere. And so we do need the trees to do that. And if we are having projects like this highway project and this railway project, which is reducing the tree cover, and it's not clear if we keep on reducing the tree cover, are we still going to be meeting this objective of net zero? I think we won't.